Bible that is helpful. It should have an is though.
This is American English. The KJV is not all that helpful. So
the KJV is not all that helpful. Yeah, good point. Yeah, I stand corrected. George, get a better translation. Try Young's literal or the concordant literal. Hebrews 1:2. In the last of these days, God speaks to us in the Son, whom he appoints enjoyer of the allotments of all, through whom he also makes the eons. End side note. January 3rd, 2026, 8:20 a.m. The four enemies of God. Can you explain the four enemies of God? I've never heard that
if
before.
you keep reading, you will get it. I don't have to treat you as the king of the universe who demands the answers now. Read the essay, damn it.
Not Satan, nor Hitler, nor Judas, nor the unrepentant sinner.
Demands the answers now. Read the essay, damn it. The king of the universe who demands the answers now. Read the essay, damn it. The king of the universe who demands the answers now. Read the essay, damn it.
Not Satan, nor Hitler, nor Judas, nor the unrepentant sinner, etc., etc., etc. The four real enemies of God are found in 1 Corinthians 15:24-26. Check it out. 1 Corinthians 15:24-20. That's a 6. Alright. So I've got new glasses. Thereafter, the consummation, the grand finale of it all, whenever he, Jesus, may be giving. See, you've inserted Jesus there, haven't you?
Only for you idiots, so you'll know that he is a reference to Jesus as opposed to the Father.
Yeah, but how do you know that it's Jesus?
Because I read this before you woke up, and so I'm a little bit ahead of the game. So you can go back to sleep anytime. I got this.
Yeah, but it doesn't say that in the Bible, does it?
Fuck off. Just keep reading it.
Yeah, but it doesn't say that in the Bible, does it?
Fuck off. Just keep reading it.
Yeah, but it doesn't say that in the Bible, does it?
Fuck off. Just keep reading it.
Getting corrected by the unbeliever to tell them to F off. Keep reading.
Whenever he, quote unquote, Jesus, may be giving up the kingdom to his God and Father.
Oh my God, look at that. So what would the he be, jackass? If he gives up the kingdom to his God and Father, then it can't be a reference to God and Father because he is going to give up the kingdom to his Father.
Yeah, so
So it must be a reference to Jesus, dumb.
In the
I'm asking stupid questions and read.
It's become like a commanding intimidation. Read the words, don't question them, you dumbass. Wild.
Can't be a reference to God and Father because he is going to give up the kingdom to his Father.
Yeah, so
it must be a reference to Jesus, dumb.
In the
I'm asking stupid questions and read the whole thing. You might learn something.
Yeah, but then in the triune
and then
God,
you wouldn't have
Jesus,
to be the center of attention. Can you please explain a period for me? How about a comma? Why do you have a comma?
He's calling the center of attention because he's not reading his memo correctly. Everyone has to come in and read his memo, but when you don't do it the way he likes, you're the center of attention. Interesting.
Comma there. Can you please explain why this sentence is a run-on sentence? Because I can only handle a 7-word sentence.
Yeah, so the Jesus in the sentence isn't in the Bible, is it?
Is not. It's in brackets, which tells you, as a reader of English language, that I added it for your benefit, so you can get get to the point faster.
Anyway, maybe giving up the kingdom in his God and Father whenever he, quote unquote, Jesus should be nullifying all sovereignty and all authority and power, except for God's power. He doesn't nullify that. So when he says nullifying all sovereignty and all authority,
why didn't you write this damn essay? I'm sure you could have done a most excellent job. I'm just so bad at it. Go ahead and
I'll
pick you out right now, and you can write your own damn essay, and it'll be perfect for us, and we'll get it just right.
I'm not criticizing you. It's 1 Corinthians that is wrong. He, Jesus, whenever he, Jesus.
Okay, why don't you?
Oh, 1 Corinthians is wrong. It's not A's. Okay. So let's go with that. What's he got?
Is wrong. I'm not criticizing you. It's 1 Corinthians that is wrong. He, Jesus, whenever he, Jesus.
Okay, why don't you write 1 Corinthians for us?
See, if Ace knew how to argue with an unbeliever, he wouldn't be so emotional just saying, stop it. Don't be a dummy. Do what I say. This becomes an example of exposing how Ace doesn't actually know how to rebut or argue an unbeliever. The unbeliever says 1 Corinthians is wrong. Is it true? He starts asking questions like that. Ace doesn't know how to answer. So you're seeing a display here of his lack of ability to even make arguments, simple arguments against the atheist. And I could deconstruct a Wild Heart's position. That would be helpful to Ace, but there's also problems with the way he's handling his position. So it's just a big mess. But it's funny to see how the truth that Ace can't even handle Wild Heart. I think that Wild Heart would honestly win a debate just based on the basic structure of debate, that he'd be able to corner Ace.
Screw Paul. Let's hear 1 Corinthians from Wild Heart. Yeah, that's what we're living for.
Is God sovereign and an authority and the power? So he didn't nullify all sovereignty and all power, all authority and power, did he? If God is sovereign and he is an authority and he is a power, then Jesus didn't nullify all sovereignty.
Yeah, kiss my ass. Keep reading.
For he, Jesus, must be reigning until he shall be placing all his enemies under his feet. The last enemy is being abolished, death. Death is an enemy of God, listed right there above. The language in verse 26 could not be more plain. Yes, death is an enemy of God. Were no sermons on verse 26 at Antioch Baptist Church on this, because at Antioch Baptist Church, they are too focused on man and man's doings and man's responsibility and man's morals and man's behaviour and man's accomplishments. After all, they are humanists and free willers and moralists and preachers of good ethics, and know little to nothing about the purpose of God in the cross of Christ. You see, after studying the matter for a few years, I think we can confidently say that God is in absolute control of death and everything about death. That's a good point. Why did God create death?
Oh my God, we have to stop everything and answer all of your questions. And guess what? You're fucking drunk, and so you're going to come back tomorrow and ask the same damn questions.
Oh. Yeah, well, you do want to question this essay and question this man. Of course he's annoyed when you ask for clarification, because he's inserted all sorts of his own philosophy into this. It's being pointed out here by Wildheart, who, is being encouraged not to question him. But I mean, what are you going to do? If you write a memo and an essay and someone's like, look, I'm just trying to get a clarification. If you start getting defensive, what's really going on here? Can he not answer for his own memo? How many times has he read it today? Not enough.
Because you won't remember that I've given you the answers many times, drunk ass.
So why did God create death?
Shut up and read, you'll see.
So why did God create death?
Shut up and read, you'll see. Times, drunk ass.
So why did God create death?
Shut up and read, you'll see.
Death's entrance, Genesis 2:17. Death's power extends to limits. God kills and makes alive. See 1 Samuel 2:6, Deuteronomy 32-39. Death's undoing, 1 Corinthians 15:26, 46, 53, 56, 80, 50, 55, etc. So death is not the only enemy of God. According to our passage in 1 Corinthians, is that 50? That's very confusing because it looks like 18. Is that 15? 15,
Okay,
24.
let me bump it up in size.
Oh, yeah, that's better.
Is that big enough?
No, it's not big. It's because it was in yellow. If you make it back to white, then I can see it better.
Well,
Yeah.
too bad. Read on.
So death is not the only enemy of God, according to our passage in 1 Corinthians 15:24-26. The other three enemies are rule, authority, and power. But, sorry, God has...
Yeah, I'm sorry too.
God rules and is an authority and has power. So God's properties are the enemy of God. That makes no sense whatsoever.
Keep reading.
Imagine that rule, even God's own rule or Christ's own rule, could be considered an enemy to the heart and mind of God. Yeah, you bet. As I see the matter these days, rule is indicative of a horrible situation that does not bring joy to the heart and mind of God. No, but if he does rule and he has authority, they are properties of God.
Wildar, what's up, man?
Hiya, good to see you. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, man. I just got there was a little scuffle today, so I was having a little fun watching it. It's kind of funny how he's just telling you to shut up and read at this point.
Yeah, he kept telling me to shut up and putting me backstage and calling me drunk. That doesn't affect my arguments. He never addressed even a single one of my arguments.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know if you noticed the other day, I had a stream where I had a proposition, Wild Heart versus Ace. My money's on Wild Heart. Did you see that?
Oh no, I didn't see that. I'll check that out though. Yeah.
Well, I didn't. It's sometimes I just pull up a stream and it doesn't amount to anything. So you just put it on private. It's just like music. But that was one of those where I was trying to get the idea out there that I think, like, you know, I have different positions than both of you, but when I thought about it, in an environment of you versus Ace, I actually think you can beat him in argumentation. And I think this is kind of an interesting display of that, where he's not really addressing the clarifications. He's just wanting you to read whatever he's saying as true.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Keep reading, jackass.
You see, as long as rule is needed, there is distance and animosity and enmity towards God that must be managed somehow, which leads us to the grand and glorious evangel of God. The God will successfully bring creation to perfection and wholeness, and rule will no longer be needed, and then God will be all in all creation. So he's saying that at some point in the future, God will not rule.
Keep going.
And he won't be an authority.
Keep going.
Thus, God's four biggest enemies, rule, authority, power, and death, can quietly be disposed of and good riddance. So he will no longer rule, he will no longer be an authority, he will no longer have power, and death will be abolished. Is that what you're saying?
Is that what I'm saying? Cool.
Yeah.
I think Manchester is getting it.
Yeah. And don't forget, these four enemies are intimately tied together in that you cannot have real authority and power without the threat of death. Yeah, you can. The British government has rule, authority, and power over me without the threat of death.
Oh yeah, of course. You are so knowledgeable. We're so honored to have your big fat brain here to tell us everything.
What kind of answer is that?
I know that's not an answer to my question. He made the statement that you cannot have rule, authority, or power without the threat of death, and I was just pointing out that you can.
Right.
All governments have that.
Yeah, I see that. Like
Yeah.
it's a fair point, and you're challenging it. And he's like, okay, well, yeah, I guess maybe you're making a point. So he's just insulting you.
Yeah.
That we don't know.
I'm not trying to be big brained or anything. Or
Yes,
clever.
you are. You're trying to be the center of attention, and any little thought that comes into your head, we must hear it.
So you question him. That makes you the center of attention, right? How many times has he read his memo today?
Yeah. He questions me all the time. That's the only time I answer to him. Do you know what I mean? When he asks me a question, and then, suddenly it's me what's trying to be the center of attention. I don't want to be the center of attention. I'm just pointing out where he's wrong.
Yeah, if he has people come in and read the memos, he says it's for editing purposes. Yeah, maybe, but also isn't part of the editing, challenging what's being printed here too. It seems like he usually does allow for that, but he's just not having it at all with you on this one.
Do you ever think before you talk?
Wait, when I see a direct contradiction, I have to point it out.
Oh, of course. You're so precious.
Again, not addressing the point that I made, just calling me an idiot, basically.
Yeah, I just try to whittle you down just so you can read and stop questioning.
We are so honored that you have to point out every little contradiction. Thank you.
Yeah, you said you cannot have.
What would we ever do without you and JG and Jill and Monty Burns?
Yeah, you said you cannot
ever do.
You said you cannot have rule, authority, and power without the threat of death. The British government has rule, authority, and power over me without the threat of death.
Keep going, jackass.
Every government on the face of the earth has always ruled by threat of death. No, that's not true. We abolished the death penalty for prisoners or people who commit crimes. So that's not true either.
As long as you have a jail system and you can die in jail, and the British government doesn't give a shit if you die in jail.
But that's not the threat of death.
It is restricting your movements. That is.
Yeah, you got him on a technicality here, whereas if he's being honest and not so upset, he would have to rearrange his wording here. Because, you're making a fair point there. He's trying to reach for it. Like, if you're thrown in a cage, you have the threat of being incarcerated, sure. Yeah. And then you can die in jail. Doesn't make the point, but he's trying to work it.
Yeah, it's not the threat of death. They're not threatening you with death.
Yes.
Hold on. It's fear, not the threat of death, it's fear.
Fear of death.
Yeah, people try to rule with fear.
Yeah. Oh, it's just a word.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I know you put me backstage every time I disagree with you, but you've got a lot to disagree about. Do you know what I mean? It's not my fault.
It is. I can blame you if I want to.
Yeah.
That was funny.
It is. I can blame you if I want to.
Yeah.
Are you drunk? Yes, you are. Do you love being drunk? Yes, you do. Does getting drunk help you to die faster? Yes, it does. Keep drinking, baby. You are your own threat of death.
Yeah, but God is not.
You are ruled by the bottle.
Yeah, that has no consequence on whether God exists or not. I'm just pointing out where you're
I'm
incorrect.
just pointing out that Ace is not as drunk as I am.
Well,
Yeah, but I'm drunk and
That
still
kind of
pointing
rebuttals
out where
that.
you're wrong.
Man, I am so preciously honored to be in your drunk presence, man. Whatever would I do without your drunk?
Again, yeah, but can you point out where I'm wrong?
Kiss
Keep
my ass.
mocking me.
How about that? Kiss my ass.
Yeah, so his rebuttal to my argument was kiss my ass.
Yeah,
That's not a rebuttal to his argument.
he's just insulting you. That's all he's doing.
Yeah.
He said, you can't really blame me. He's like, no, I can blame you. He kind of sounded like he was joking, but I think he's dead serious.
Yeah, I
Seems to
think
be what
yeah.
he's doing.
Yeah. It's my party. Yeah, now I want to. Yeah.
Yeah.
You keep mocking me for being drunk, but can you point out where I'm wrong about?
Kiss my ass. So
That's not-
lovingly you drunk. I don't
That's
have
not-
to.
Not a rebuttal.
That was a good call for you too, though, to say, yeah, you're making fun of me because I'm drunk, but you're still not addressing what I'm doing and what I'm asking you.
Yeah.
You're drunk. I find that to be helpful because a lot of people do that to each other often. They go for the insult. You're a 5-year-old. You're an idiot. And then you make a good point and you're like, well, now you have an idiot or a 5-year-old teaching you things. How to, how to
Yeah, pointing out to you when you're wrong. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just saying kiss my ass.
Do you want to read or do you want to sit here and be the very center of attention?
And if rulership is abolished along with death, so he doesn't rule either, then the kingdom as we have imagined it will also come to an end. That's why I can suggest that one day Peter, James, and John and the 12. What does the 12 mean? I thought the 12 was the
Shut
12
up and read it.
The 12 thrones to rule the 12 tribes of Israel will one day no longer be on those thrones, ruling over the 12 tribes. For rule will be outdated and undone. For God will be all, God will be all, in all. Government is an enemy of... No, the Bible clearly states that God put everyone in power that is in government. So it's not an enemy of God. Let's
Well,
see.
you have a lot to learn. Maybe you can learn.
Uh-oh, you went Romans 13. That's a difficult one.
Yeah, the Bible clearly states that God put everyone in power that is in power. So him saying the government is an enemy of mankind, that means that God created an enemy of mankind and put him in power.
Yeah, so you got Romans 13 on him right now, and he's not liking that. Let's see.
Yeah. So it's not an enemy of God. Let's see.
Well, you have a lot to learn. Maybe you can learn it when you're sober. I don't expect you to learn shit while you're drunk. Go ahead. Over.
If he doesn't expect you to learn shit while you're drunk, why is he asking you to read the memo and learn? It's just,
Yeah.
It's all over the place.
Yeah, I'm just saying. The Bible says that God put everyone in place that is the head of state in each individual country.
Oh my God. And you're the one who doesn't even believe the Bible. Holy smoke. Look at this. You're a walking contradiction.
See, now he's edging into the right idea of how to handle you, but he doesn't know how to argue in this way. He doesn't know how to handle an atheist.
Yeah, but he does believe the Bible. So I'm arguing against his position. So
Yeah,
the Bible says a certain thing is valid. Do you know what I mean?
It's still valid to go into your line of reasoning, your epistemology, which he doesn't know how to do, though. So you have an advantage. So he's just insulting you and redirecting you.
So government can't be an enemy
Look
of
at this
mankind.
contradiction.
It can't be an enemy of God.
Oh, yeah. Look at this contradiction, boy. Speak, contradiction, boy. Do you have a forked tongue? Yep, you do.
Christ will rule.
I suppose you've probably tried it in the past. Every time he pitches something about you implying your behavior is wrong, that God is making you do that very thing.
Oh yeah, I haven't actually tried that, but that's a good point. Yeah, if he doesn't believe in free will, then God will make me do everything. So me being a drunkard, God makes me do that. Yeah,
You can play.
Yeah,
It's always on the table because of his philosophy. He can't take that off the table. You can always bring that up to his attention. Like, why are you getting so upset? I'm just doing what God had me do. It's always there.
what God made me to do.
Yeah, you have no choice.
Yeah.
Who's he getting mad at? Doesn't this show that he's getting mad at God, essentially?
Yeah. Is that forever? Because you just said that Christ won't rule, God won't rule in the future. With an iron rod, yikes. That will not be a happy time for most. Yikes. But
Tommy popped in there. Hey, Yahoo or
I said
Timothy, can you?
sorry.
No, he's just in the video, but I was just gonna say, Yahoo or Timothy, one of you guys who have a wrench, can you repost that link? Because Tommy and I are blocked from each other in case he wanted to come in. I always like to invite people in who are being critiqued. They want to.
In the plan and purpose of God, as God's Aeonian purpose concludes, the rule of Christ will evolve into something that is never considered over at Antioch Baptist Church in Canton, Ohio. I will evolve into the kingdom of the Son of His love. Colossians 1:13. Rule of Christ and the kingdom of the Son of His love. As I understand the matter, the rule of Christ is during the 4th eon of time, the 1,000-year reign of Christ, and the 8th eon, 5th eon of time. The eon of the sons will be the kingdom of the Son of His love, and the kingdom of the Son of His love accomplishes so much more out of pure love than the rule and reign of Christ. So Christ doesn't have kind of all love.
What?
Like Christ doesn't have all love. Like after the reign of Christ, there will be more love than under the reign of Christ.
Keep reading.
During the 1,000 years, when ends with Satan's grand release from this bottomless pit, yikes. The kingdom of the Son of His love brings the eons to a wonderful conclusion, both individually and collectively. See 1 Corinthians 10:11 and Hebrews 9:26. It takes a lot of love to abolish death and make all alive in Christ. Beyond the reach of death, and to make all who are mortal totally immortal. Then they won't be mortal. I'm sorry. Beyond the reach of death, and thus make null and void any notion of rule, authority, and power. Hey, Peter, James, and John, get down off that throne and join Christ and the rest of us in the grandest reconciliation of all. Colossians 1:20. Peter's time on the throne will come to an end. Christ's time on the throne will come to an end. The eons will achieve their goal and purpose. All will find themselves wonderfully subjected to Him, who is, who was, and who will be. Yes, God will be all in His creatures. 20.
No. Yeah. Okay, thank you. Come back again when you're sober.
Oh, got him to read the memo, and then boot.
Yeah,
Some vodka and then he's back cooking.
No comment.
I was just reading what he'd wrote, and he got upset at me for that. I don't understand. He put me backstage for just reading what he'd wrote. That's
Yeah, well,
weird.
your service was finished. That's what he needed you for. Get out. Boing.
Yeah, yeah.
That's funny, though. I mean, you guys abuse each other quite a bit. I guess there's a lot of footage of you going off, but it's funny
Yeah.
how it seems to be more from him now.
Yeah,
Hello,
but it's
Tommy,
like
are you drunk?
I can't be right for doing wrong. Do you know what I mean? Like you put me backstage just for reading what he's wrote.
Well, interestingly,
What does he want? Do you know what I mean?
yeah. Well, I mean, I guess he kind of makes up the rules, being
Yeah.
more relativist. So if they change in the course of the day, what are you going to do about it?
Yeah, there's nothing you can do on his channel, I suppose. Yeah.
Tommy, what's up, man? How you doing?
Hey,
I think Tommy. See.
hey, gentlemen. Thank you for your
Hey,
hospitality. Thank you.
yeah, man. You were here in the back, and then you pop in, and Wild Heart got booted. Yeah.
Yep, yes, sir.
Should I just play it? What did you have anything to say?
Not at this time. No, sir.
Well, that's wonderful. Would you like to take up the reading and make help us make more sense out of it than the interrupting drunk?
Wait a sec. Does he really go back right into another reading right here?
Yeah, he did it like 3 or 4 times. Yeah. Everyone that joined, he got him to
Okay.
read it.
Well,
Yeah.
let me.
And I was never interrupting. He was the one interrupting me. I was trying to read his memo or, his speech. And he interrupted me. I never interrupted him, as far as I know.
Let's see.
Ace is a man who knows what he wants. Yes.
And then I go,
Welcome, center of attention.
I'm not the center of attention, except when you make me the center of attention. I'm quiet most of the time.
Bullshit.
Well deferred.
But did you read my messages in the private chat?
Yep.
Cosmos is never plural because it means the entirety of all. So universe can be plural. Yeah, cosmos can't be plural ever because it means the entirety of all that exists.
And you are our fearless teacher.
Yeah.
We live for your comments.
Yeah, and God created death. Why would he create his own enemy? You said that death is the enemy of God. Why would he create his own enemy? I don't understand.
Good question. Can you answer it?
No, I can't. No.
Well, until you can answer it, then you have a lack of understanding and knowledge, huh?
But it makes no sense. God created death, and you said death was God's enemy. Why would God create his own enemy?
Good question. Can you answer it?
No, I can't. That's why I asked the question.
No. What's Wilder? What are you doing, dude? What do you got there, pal?
No, I was just pointing out, like, God created Satan, apparently, and he created death. And he's saying that death is the enemy of God, and Satan is the enemy of God. But if I was an omnipotent being, I wouldn't create my own enemy. It makes no sense.
I wasn't talking about that.
Yeah, he was.
No, I wasn't asking you about that, though. I was like, what are you
Also,
doing? I was asking what the heck you were doing.
I was just pointing out where his essay was
You-
wrong.
I don't know what we're doing then.
Never mind.
Oh, right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Because it makes no sense.
It makes no sense. Well, sir.
Yeah.
I guess we're not making sense here.
Yeah. And if God kills, he must be in favor of death on some occasions.
Oh, yeah. Isn't that something?
Yeah. He said that God wasn't in favor of death. But if he kills, then he must be in favor of death on some occasions because he kills people.
Ain't that something?
Yeah. So I'm not going to get an answer to any of my questions. Oh, sorry, JJ, if you can pause it. I think that was a good point. He said that God wasn't in favour of death, but then he kills people. So he must be in favour of death on at least some occasions. I think that was a good point.
I mean, I guess it's how you're using in favor of. You can do
Yeah.
things without being in favor of it.
But if he kills people, that is being
Take out,
in
like,
favour
if
of
you're going to
death.
take out the trash, it's like you don't typically say I'm in favor of taking out the trash, but you take out the trash.
Yeah. But he would rather kill people than not kill people on that occasion, at least. So God is in favour of death on some occasions.
I
when
mean,
he
you're
kills-
making it in favor, and rather the language points to
Yeah.
like some sort of enjoyment, it seems, but that's not necessarily the case. It's just a consequence. There's a different way about that. Like, when you take a certain road, it leads to death.
Yeah, so when God kills people, are you saying when God kills people, he's not in favour of death? He must be, or else he wouldn't kill people, would he?
Well, I'm challenging the idea of in favor of more than anything. It's like
Yeah.
if you argued like,
That's-
well, God kills, so God likes killing, I'd say, well, why are you saying he likes it? Why are you saying in favor? I'm kind
Yeah.
of challenging how you're using it.
Yeah, not on all occasions, but on the occasions that he does kill people, he must be in favour of death. Because he has the choice to kill people or not kill people.
Assuming that that you understand the system in place and all the inner workings of that idea. See, that tends to become the problem, is people have different interpretations of how that works. And those interpretations can go on endlessly. So I find it more accommodating to ask your interlocutor how he knows things at all and start building from there, which,
Yeah.
we don't have
But
to do right now.
if I'm omnipotent, if I can do anything and I choose to kill someone, that means I am in favour of killing that person. I am in favour of death. So Ace's statement that God is not in favour of death is incorrect, at least on some occasions, when he chooses to kill people. Yeah?
Well, I mean, I still don't agree with you, but I'll let it rest. I think there's a route there to go after, but I'm not necessarily interested in that right now. I'm sort of more just hashing out what you guys are doing. You know what I mean? Just let it continue.
My questions. My questions. Oh, that my questions would be answered by someone somewhere.
It's just a basic shaming beatdown, like shame you into just stop asking questions, read the memo, and it's basically all
Yeah,
it's-
like my friend said, it's very condescending as well. He's treated me like I'm an idiot. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, there's no escaping that.
Yeah.
He's doing that, I'm sure.
No, you specifically, because I was arguing about the arguments you had made. So if you can't answer my questions, then no one can. Or your statement is invalid.
Yeah.
Again, not an
Yeah.
answer to the question, just saying yeah.
So let's look at this thing here. Over in verse 26. You ever heard of verse 26?
No.
Right there on the screen. Read the verse 26.
The last enemy is being abolished, death.
Well,
So
what
God
do you mean
created
by that?
death, He abolished it. Why would He create it in the first place? Why just not create it?
I guess God is stupid. He should have taken advice from you.
He seems to be quite stupid, yeah. The last enemy is being
See,
abolished.
but that's a silly statement because as a representative of God and you're asking questions, he's not able to answer. He keeps avoiding you. So now he's positing that you're calling God stupid or God is stupid. It's
Yeah, why would He create the last enemy in the first place? And then why would He abolish it? Why just not create death to start with? Then He wouldn't have the problem of abolishing it.
He didn't mean to.
yeah. Well, do you think that you can make a an argument from your worldview that following contradictions is
No,
actually
I'm making an argument from his worldview. He believes this.
yeah.
I don't believe that death was created or abolished. Death still exists. People die every day. So death wasn't abolished.
Well, I think you're getting confused by the timeline that he's bringing forth.
Maybe
But
No.
he should be able to get into that if he wants to, because I can't really argue for him, but he's going to go into the aeons and in this time and space and how God is going to be transcendent of time and space. So we're acting out something that's already happened.
So when does death get abolished? Is it all after all humans have died?
well, in
Because
his position,
then
it's going
death
to be
wouldn't affect you, would it?
after the fourth eon. I mean,
Sorry, what did you say?
in his position, he's going to tell you something like after the fourth eon.
No, I'm not asking what Ace would say. I'm asking what you would say.
What I would say if
Then,
you're asking about God creating his own enemy,
yeah,
like sounds contradictory.
yeah, it does.
Yeah, I would ask how, from your worldview, you can make an
Not
argument.
from my worldview. No, I'm doing an internal.
You got to listen to me though. I'll tell you. I know you are. I'm saying even when someone's doing an internal critique, the reasoning that got them to the critique and to the question is challengeable.
Yeah, but I'm asking from his point of view. Why does he think that death would need to be created then abolished?
Well, yeah, that's a different question. Asking from his point of view why he thinks that. I don't know entirely necessarily why he thinks that, but he should be able to tell you that himself. But it's something to do with the in the universalist perspective of the fourth eon.
Yeah.
Where the
So do you believe that the last enemy is being abolished, death?
Yeah, I don't have the same take on it.
So you believe that the last enemy is death and it's being abolished?
Yeah, that's written. Yeah.
So you believe the same thing, then why wouldn't you say that if God didn't create death, then he wouldn't have to abolish it? It makes no sense. If God created death and then he abolished it. That makes no sense.
I could take a line of argumentation. I could grant it forward and say, let me hash this out with you. I typically wouldn't do that.
No, if you could do, I would appreciate it.
Well, there's a reason I typically don't do that. It's a standard in place that I try to follow. So you have to sort of try to recognize that and acknowledge that.
So you're not giving a reason why God would create death, his last enemy, and then abolish it. So you're just not going to give a reason. Exactly.
Are you able to steel man back my reason that I gave you? Can you tell me back what I'm telling you?
Yeah, you said I don't answer questions, basically.
See, that's not a steel man. That's an assumption that you're making based on what I'm saying. I'm wondering if you're even listening to the details of what I'm saying.
So what is your reason for God creating death, then abolishing death, rather than not creating it in the first place?
Yeah, so you're not listening. I'll say it again,
Right,
and I'll see if you can steel man my reasoning back to me. When what I'm telling you, I'm saying typically in this type of situation where an unbeliever tries to grant themselves into the scriptures and the assumption that contradictions are a problem and do an internal critique, it's always on the table for me to challenge their worldview, how they know things, the reasoning they're using to get to the critique.
I'm not using my worldview. I'm using
Yes, you
your and Mace's worldview.
Oh, see, that's where you're mistaken. You have to use your worldview.
I'm saying you believe this. What is your justification for believing it?
I understand. There's a different route. There's a different route to take in all that is what I'm trying to say to you.
You haven't answered that question. You're just saying I'm not going to answer it.
I'm giving you the reason of why I typically don't grant the unbeliever for it. I'm trying to see if you can steel man it back to me.
I'm not doing it for my worldview. You keep saying my worldview.
Who do you think is making the argument? Who do you think is doing the internal critique? Someone without a worldview?
No, I'm doing it from your worldview and Ace's worldview.
Listen to what I'm saying to you. In order for you to do the critique, you still have a worldview, correct?
I have a worldview, but I'm not using my worldview. I'm using your worldview.
I understand. This is part of the problem, is the disconnect of understanding that you even doing the internal critique, trying to focus only on my beliefs, still leaves on the table how you know things and how you come to reasoning. Most people don't try to assess that.
No,
I'm saying that that's what I try to do.
But that's not what my question was it?
I'm trying to tell you how I navigate that particular question. Are you able to steel man back to me what I'm telling you?
Yeah, you are saying basically if you have a different worldview from mine, then you won't answer any questions.
You're not receiving it, dude. So we can just move on if you want.
Yeah. I'm not going to get a death.
Right. So God should have taken advice from you.
Are you still talking? I didn't. Did you say something?
No, I was just saying that if I'm not going to get an answer, then we might as well move on.
You did get an answer, but you don't understand the answer for some reason.
You say from my worldview, there is no answer. But I wasn't asking for my worldview. I was asking for your worldview.
Do you really want me to tell you again and see if you can, give me a solid steel man, or do you just want to continue with the critique and not try to argue with me as much? It's up to you.
Right. Do you believe that God created death and then abolished it?
You're not listening to me. You're trying to do something else.
No, that's a yes or no question.
I understand it is.
Yeah. So can you answer yes or no?
Wild Heart. I answered why I took.
Yes or no?
So you're going to get booted up.
Did God create death and then abolish death? Yes or no?
You're going to force me into a yes or no argument with you right now? Is that what you think?
It is a yes or no question. So
you think you're going to force me into a yes or no argument, Wild Heart?
Yes, or you just refused to answer the question.
And
if you don't answer yes or no, then you refuse.
Do I owe you the answer to that question?
Which is what I said all along.
What do you think you've done right now?
I asked you a yes or no question and you won't answer it.
And?
That means you won't answer the question, doesn't it?
And? What is it you think you've done?
I've not done anything.
Okay, good. Do you want to continue or not? I mean,
I'm just pointing out that I asked you a yes or no question and you wouldn't answer it. That's all
I told you why I wouldn't answer it, but you don't accept that.
But why you wouldn't answer it doesn't change the fact that you won't answer it.
Well, it does in the fact that I'm giving good reason. You don't seem to understand the reason or accept it as good reason.
God must be stupid, because if he had created you the very first thing, well, then you could have straightened him out and told him everything to do, and he would have never created death or evil or anything like that. He would have gotten the world right, the whole thing right, because he would have consulted with Wildheart.
Yeah, it's quite easy.
Wildheart, the drunk. So the drunk Wildheart.
Why would I create my own enemy?
Only done what he said.
Why?
He might not create
If I was God, I would create my own enemy.
I know. If you were God,
a man would have thought his way right from the beginning,
Yeah.
and death may not have been created.
No, but he created death just
Ah,
after Adam and
He
Eve.
created death as
Yeah.
a punishment kind of thing for not following the way he said.
Yeah, so he's kind of a
Maybe.
dictator
Yeah.
like character, which I wouldn't worship.
So, you don't have to have an argumentative point of view, you know. Yeah. Yeah.
for God, you wouldn't do that. Hmm.
Yeah. So why did God do it? If he's not stupid.
He must be stupid.
Yeah. I think so.
Right. Thank you for pointing that out.
It's okay.
Okay. God, I'm glad we came to a wonderful conclusion. God is stupid.
It's like, why would he put the tree of good and evil, the knowledge of good and evil, in the garden?
God is stupid.
Because
God
God is
should have consulted.
Oh, Ace. You should just challenge Ace straight up. I think Wildheart, because he doesn't know how to he doesn't know how to answer to these questions. He doesn't even have any type of rebuttal. He's going into just calling God stupid and God weak. And
Yeah, he's saying if I was around before God, then I would be able to teach him things, which I agree with. But it means God is not all powerful or all knowledgeable, or he's not any of the omnis. Yeah.
Challenging Ace is a very delicate matter. It is.
well, I mean, essentially, he's doing it every day. He's having people on to challenge him, but he probably won't want to do any more like one-on-one formal debate style, I'm guessing.
Halsey, can you stop criticizing me, please? Or let me start talking faster and rambling more.
Is she wrong?
Yeah, can you stop that? No, she's not on the panel. I'm just saying in the side chat.
Consulted with Wildheart before he made any real efforts to do anything. He should have consulted with Wildheart, because Wildheart
He shouldn't.
really is the smartest drunk on the face of the earth.
But calling me drunk every time doesn't address the point. You've not addressed any of my points.
I
just
know.
called me
I am.
Yeah, that's where you can say, so you're going to let a drunk guy defeat you?
Yeah, but it's an ad hominem.
Yeah.
So calling me drunk doesn't invalidate my point. He's not addressing any of my points. He's just calling me drunk every time.
He's totally okay with it. You realize that, right?
Yeah, I know he's okay with it, but I'm just pointing out that he's wrong again.
Yeah, that's a lazy man's retort ad hom.
No, it's a valid, logical conclusion. If he criticizes me and not the argument, that is a ad hominem, which is, a logical fallacy.
I consider it lazy.
What, me calling
I'm
him?
No,
Like-
him calling you a drunk as a retort.
Oh yeah,
As a retort
oh yeah.
to the question is perhaps laziness on his part.
Yeah, I think
Yes.
so. Yeah, I agree with you. Sorry, I misunderstood. Yeah, I agree.
agreeing with you. God is stupid. Wildheart has said so. Rejoice. Now we have something wonderful to talk about. God is stupid.
Yeah, so why would you take the Bible, the Word of God, to be truth if God is stupid?
I guess I'm stupid too, huh?
Yeah, I guess that's kind of the route to take, is just keep following his reasoning to where it's going and listen to what he's saying. We know he's being sarcastic, but he's just saying, God's stupid, I'm stupid.
That's a good point.
Yeah. If God is stupid, which you agreed with, that must mean that Ace is stupid for believing the word of God, because God is stupid.
That's what I'm hearing.
That's what he's handing you, right?
That's what I'm hearing, is that he's confessing being stupid.
Yeah,
even though he's doing so sarcastically.
yeah.
Right.
It's like he created Satan. Why would you create your own arch nemesis?
Wow.
That's something I wouldn't do if I was God and all powerful.
No, you're so
I
smart.
I wouldn't create my own arch nemesis.
Right. Are
I
you
just wouldn't
smart
do
enough
it.
to get sober?
Oh, I think that was a good point as well, which he came back with. Are you smart enough to get sober? But why would someone create their own arch nemesis? Like Satan is God's arch nemesis.
No, you've
But
got
why
that
why
wrong
would
thing,
you
isn't it?
create your own arch nemesis? Just don't create him, then you won't have any problems. It makes no sense whatsoever.
If you believe Satan is actually opposite of God, he isn't his arch nemesis, he isn't his creation.
Yeah, God did
Satan was an angel from heaven.
Yeah,
who
but
got
God
banished.
created him. But
God didn't create him.
He did.
He didn't. He stood beside him.
He created everything.
He stood along him.
No,
in
he
heaven.
created everything.
Satan was an angel who got banished from heaven.
Yeah, but who created
So he was
angels?
alongside God.
So who created angels?
Well,
It was God.
Yeah, but we don't know the answer to that question because it's never been answered. It's never been asked.
I've just asked it.
I know you just asked it, but I mean, in general, it's never been
God
asked.
created everything, and the angel Satan or Lucifer exists. Therefore, God created. Therefore, God created Satan.
But he didn't. If Satan wasn't created by God, if Satan was created by the same person who created God, yeah.
So who created Satan? Who created Satan or God?
The same person, the person, or that same person, the entity or whatever it is that created God and Satan, and put them in heaven. Yeah, because Satan was in heaven originally.
But
if you believe that.
Yeah, but no, God is eternal, so he can't have a creator. There can't be anything before God because he's always existed. So he can't have a creator.
So God was the start.
Yeah. Not the start because he's always existed.
So he was the start. Because everything's got to have a start.
Except God. Because he's eternal.
And it might be eternal, but he still has a start to be eternal.
No, because eternal things can't have a start.
Why can't they?
Because they've always existed.
Eternal
in the past means
he can't always have existed for them to exist.
Yeah, then he wouldn't be eternal.
So he isn't eternal.
No.
No, I'm not saying.
Oh, he might be eternal, but he can't have a creator. If he's eternal, then he doesn't have a creator. But he can't. That doesn't matter. That's irrelevant.
Oh, how many things are irrelevant?
When I am making good points that you can't answer, and you just call me a drunk and dismiss me, that is what makes me being a drunk irrelevant. Unless you address my points, it's irrelevant that I'm drunk. A drunk could make good points, which you can't address.
You're such a darling. I wish I was like you. I'm going to be like you when I grow up. I want to get drunk and then go into rehab, a dozen times, I want to go to jail for violence.
Yeah, but you can solve this by just addressing one of my points.
One? I've never known you to have 1 point. Jeez Louise.
Yeah, but you've not addressed any of them.
You are so right, because I don't care about your points. I'm just worshiping the ground you walk on, because you are so smart and God is stupid.
Yeah, it's starting to remind me of like a little girl on a playground.
Yeah, he kind of got a point though. I am smarter than God. I wouldn't create my own nemesis or any of my enemies. I just wouldn't create if I was God. So I am kind of smarter than God.
No, you created in His image, so you can be smart, man.
He's like, I'm stupid. You're smart. You're cool. I'm not. You win. I lose.
No, not you.
It sounds like Ace is exasperated, and he's saying just whatever pops out of his mouth because of exasperation.
Yeah,
maybe
that's what I'm saying. Like a little kid, he's just like, you're cool. I'm not. I want to be like you when I go. Like he's just saying ridiculous things. He's not. He just can't engage.
Yeah.
So you don't care about my points?
No, I don't.
That's an honest answer. That is an honest answer. Absolutely.
Yeah, I believe that. He doesn't care. So you don't care about my points?
No, I don't. Because God is stupid.
So you don't care about my points?
No, I don't. Because God is stupid. Why even bother with your points? Because God made you, and you're stupid. So God is stupid.
He's stumbling into his own philosophy there, isn't he?
Yeah.
God is stupid for even making you. Ooh, yeah.
No, that's an assumption that God made me. I don't agree.
You're right. I'm assuming the wrong thing. And
so how do you know that God made me?
I am stupid.
No, I'm asking the question. How do you know that God made me?
You are smart. And
is that an assumption? Or
and you are.
You guys have a bird hands video we can post alongside this?
Yeah, again, he's not answering my question. He's agreeing that he was stupid.
A Harvey video would do well.
Besides
Which one? Bird hand video, yes.
He's just not addressing my question. What is the evidence that God made me?
Oh, I get it. You made yourself.
I didn't make myself, no.
Hey, listen, I'm going to excuse you, and I might bring you back in later because we have a special guest here who can read it with an understanding beyond that of a drunk. So enjoy the magazines in the back room.
Again,
hello, Dennis.
Again, the ad hominems. Calling me drunk doesn't address my question or refute it in any way, shape, or form.
Diverting by asking somebody else.
Yeah.
Yeah, this falls into place nicely because I was saying last week how I had posted, I think Wildheart can take Ace in a debate. And you kind of just did that. I know it wasn't formal, but you just pointed out how he didn't answer anything and he attacked you. That was a pretty sad display for him, actually.
I think there are many ways to be semi-retarded. Yeah. Ace is just one of them.
Well, if you want to homogenize everyone to retards, is that where you're going with that?
Well, maybe, but
no, I would say I'm fully retarded. I wouldn't say half retarded.
Quit bragging, Wildheart. It's a fib.
You be half retarded. You are retarded, do you not?
Yeah, it's kind of yes or no question. It's got You either that's a good point. You're either retarded or you're not. There's no half retarded. I don't think.
Well, you're assuming that's a dichotomy that doesn't have a spectrum. So
yeah, a dichotomy doesn't have a spectrum.
But what's your friend?
You are or you are not. That's a logical negation. You are something or you are not something. There's no spectrum though.
There are many ways to be autistic, or so I've heard.
But Wildheart, you can be a human.
I'm not a human.
You can have multiple claims.
But if you are not a human, then you are not a human. If you are a human, then you are a human.
Yeah, I mean, I'm saying
logical negation.
When you say I am,
I
am human. I am Wildheart. I am here. You've got all these variations of the I am, right? So such as one
But
thing.
That's three things. I'm just saying on one point. Either I am human or I am not human. It's one or the other. There's no spectrum there. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. So what happens when somebody disagrees with that?
Then they're just wrong.
And they're wrong in the sense that they're informationally wrong. They're not morally wrong.
I don't know what you mean by informationally wrong. They're just wrong. So someone is either a human or not a human. Those are the only two options. There's no middle ground between being human and not being human.
Hybrid human, cyborg.
Hybrid. Then they won't be human. They will be a cyborg.
Part human, part machine.
Yeah, then they're not human.
So if somebody loses like 50% of their body weight, are they not human anymore? They lose their lower half.
The body weight.
It goes into the idea. Sorry.
No, once you're a human, you can't stop being human.
Yeah, how did you find out? Because that's a universal claim about all humans.
Yeah. If you are a human, then you are a human. It's kind of a tautology. If you are human, then you are human.
Okay.
There's no getting out of it.
How do you know about all humans, though?
No, it's definitionally true. If you are human, then you are human.
Yeah, you're not carrying that into all humans, adhering to that, being under that.
Humans are human. Again, a tautology. All humans are human.
Part of your philosophy, you believe that to be true, right?
Non-human.
Yeah, you will be human or not human. Those are the only two options.
Yeah, you believe that to be true. It's part of your worldview that you think that's true. That's the case. So how do you have access to it? How do you have knowledge of all humans in your worldviews? What I'm trying to ask.
I think all humans are human.
Yeah. But how do you have access to...
Do you disagree with that?
Well, I disagree with your claim. I'm trying to show you why. That you don't have access to the conclusion of what all humans are unless you can demonstrate that or observe that and then bring that to the table. So you're making a universal claim that's outside of empiricism.
No, I'm saying all humans are human.
Yeah.
Because definitionally, they are human.
It definitionally.
If he wasn't human, then he wouldn't be human, or they wouldn't be human. So all humans are human.
I understand the claim.
It's definitionally true.
Like a retard is retard.
Yeah. But why are you arguing if you agree with it? Do you agree with it or not?
Well, I'm trying to make the point that I don't follow dialectics in order to assess what is true. I don't try to get people to agree to things and then build from that. That would be atheistic system building. I challenge the system itself in the access to information. Like when you talk about all humans, I know it's a simple tautology to say, you know, all humans are humans, but I'm asking you more than that. If you think that is true, when I start asking you about all humans and claims about all humans, I don't think that your worldview can get you to a universal assumption like that.
It doesn't matter about my worldview. Do you believe that all humans are human?
What do you think doesn't have to do with your worldview?
Yes or no? Despite my worldview.
It's never despite your worldview.
Would you believe that all humans are human?
I have different reasons for believing that. That's my point. I want to know why.
Do you believe that?
He believes it.
He believes it, but he's disagreeing with me anyway.
Yeah, you don't understand what I'm telling you, apparently. I'm saying we can agree. Listen, I'll give you an example. We could agree on something, like all humans are humans. And I say to you, why do you believe that? And you say, because my friend just whispered in my ear and he's really cool. I'm going to continue to challenge how you actually know that. If I tell you that, if I believe in God because my cat whispered it to me, you're going to challenge. You're going to challenge.
Because it's definitionally true. All humans are humans, or else they wouldn't be humans.
I know that, Wild Heart.
It's definitionally true.
I know that. There's
concepts. So you can't argue with it. And you're not arguing with it. You agree with me and then still fucking arguing.
Yeah. There's more there, is what I'm saying.
Why?
How you got to the understanding, how you use it,
doesn't matter.
How your worldview can account for such a claim. If you're engaging, you want to be able.
Do you agree with the statement that all humans are human?
I agree with the statement, yet I still disagree with the
statement. So you are disagreeing with the reasons for my statement.
Well, that's the idea. That's philosophy, right?
Yeah. Right. So what is wrong with my reasoning? It's definitionally true. That's the reason I believe it, because it has to be true. All humans are humans.
Okay. You believe it because it's definitionally true. So you believe everything definitionally true, I guess.
Yeah.
If you decide you don't believe certain things definitionally true, how do you make that a problem if it benefits you?
No, if it's definitionally true, then it is definitionally true. It's true no matter what. It's true by definition. All humans are humans. Because if they weren't humans, then they wouldn't be humans. It's definitionally true.
Because you've been told that.
Yeah, we got that much.
There's my reasoning behind it. It has to be true.
I think you just made a circle there.
Right. So what is your reason for believing that all humans are humans?
Well, aren't we still working out your reasoning here? It just sounds like you just did a circle.
I'm asking you what is different about your reasoning for believing all humans are humans.
I know, but isn't that because you're moving away from the fact that you just made a circle and we haven't hashed this out yet?
No, it's definitionally true. Do you know what definitionally true means?
You're saying it's definitionally true, so it must be true, and I believe it. I think you just made a circle.
Right. What I'm asking is what is different about your reasoning as to why you believe that all humans are humans to my reasoning? That's my question.
Right. That's what we're getting at, and we can't figure out how we can't figure out your method of reasoning yet.
My reasoning is because it's definitionally true. What is your reasoning?
How's that a reason? You're just restating the claim.
That is what a tautology is.
Well, a tautology is an argument.
All humans, by definition, have to be humans.
Mm-hmm. A tautology is not an argument.
Or else they're not humans.
I mean, the thing is the thing. That's as far as you've gotten.
Yeah,
the law of identity. That's all you presented. I'm saying yes, I agree with the law of identity, but I'm asking you other things surrounding that.
Yeah, but you're saying your reasoning for believing that is different from my reasoning. I'm just asking, how is it different? What reasoning are you using to come to the conclusion that all humans are humans?
Gotcha. The only problem is we haven't even figured out what your reasoning is yet, and then you're trying to move into my reasoning. We haven't even asserted.
No, my reasoning is that it's definitionally true. I've told you 3, 4, 5 times.
You're saying it's definitionally true, and then your reason for adhering to it or believing it is because it's definitionally true.
Yeah, because I believe in definitions of words.
So what's wrong with not believing in it is what I'm trying to.
So you don't believe in definitions of words?
No, I do. I'm asking you. I'm extending the conversation to ask you.
So we have the same reasoning then, don't we?
No. I'm trying to demonstrate that through a lot of questioning. But
what is different, rather than asking me a question, what is different between your reasoning for believing all humans are humans and my reasoning for believing all humans are humans?
Right.
Where am I going wrong on the reasoning part?
I'm trying to get there. Trying to move in that direction, but you're prohibiting me when you realize that your reasoning is just going in a circle. You're saying I believe it because it's true and because I believe it.
Yeah. So what is your reasoning?
So you're saying blind faith is going to be your reasoning? Because that's where you're going.
That's not blind faith. That's something that is definitionally true. It's true by definition. That's not blind. That's not blind faith.
What is you following that or adhering to that have to do with that fact?
What is your reasoning? Why are you disagreeing?
Did you understand the question?
Yes.
Okay, you made a claim of a fact. I'm saying why do you need to adhere to that?
Why do I have to adhere to definitions of words? Because if I didn't,
if you think something is true, why ought you follow that which is true?
I'm not claiming oughts. I'm just saying that's how words work.
You're not claiming an ought.
They have definitions.
Yeah.
I'm just going by the definition of human.
Ought people follow definitions, Wildheart?
So all humans are human by definition. Because if they weren't human, they wouldn't be human.
Yeah,
what is wrong with that reasoning? What is wrong with that reasoning?
Okay, just listen to
me. How is your reasoning different?
I'm saying I agree with the claim. Okay.
Yeah, but you're saying the reasoning is different. You're saying my reasoning is faulty. I'm asking what is your reasoning that makes your
We haven't even got to the understanding of your reasoning yet, is what I'm trying to point out.
The understanding of my reasoning. Right, what is your reasoning?
Get it, dude. You're not following.
No, just answer the question. What is your reasoning? I've explained my reasoning.
You haven't explained anything. You just said I believe it because I believe it. You got blind.
You haven't explained anything. You keep pointing out the faults in my reasoning, but you haven't said what your reasoning is.
I'm not sure what your reasoning is. Mine. But what is yours? Still haven't found out what yours is.
It's a tautology. It's necessarily true. All humans are humans. That's necessarily true.
Saying it's necessarily true isn't getting you anywhere. I mean, you're going to bring necessity into your
If they weren't humans, then they wouldn't be humans. It is necessarily true.
Okay. You're getting into the idea of necessity. Now you're getting somewhere, but I'm wondering how.
That's a fucking question.
I'm doing philosophy with you. Isn't that what you want me to do?
Not this way, no. So what is your reason?
Not in the way where we try to get to the bottom of how you're actually thinking about these things. You're giving me a tautology saying I believe it because I believe it.
So we agree that all humans are human. You say that your reasoning is better than mine. I'm asking why and how. Answer the fucking question.
Oh, you think I'm going to respond to you when you make demands like that? You think that's going to work?
Please answer the question.
I agree with the statement. I don't agree with the reasoning behind it. I can't figure out your reasoning.
How is your reasoning different?
It's due to you not being able to address the question.
No, I am addressing the question. It's you that's not addressed the question.
You think that definitions are true by necessity, and you also think that we ought to adhere to that which is true.
Yeah, definitions are true by necessity because that's how we define words, by the definition.
So what is wrong with disagreeing with that?
So you disagree with the definition. So what is your definition of human?
No, I'm not disagreeing with the definition of human. I'm trying to figure out what the connection is in your worldview as to why you ought to follow what is true or what you think is true by definition.
Why do I believe what is true?
Why do you think you ought to follow that which is true by definition?
Because it's true by definition.
That's just going in a circle again. I'm asking the why. There's an ought in here now.
Why should I believe what is true? Seriously, like your question to me. Why should I believe what is true?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's true.
Because why?
It's true by definition.
I'm asking why you should adhere to that.
Why should I believe true things?
Yes.
Because it's better to believe true things because that gives you a better map of reality in your brain.
I mean,
I can't believe you asking a fucking question. Sorry,
basic philosophy, it shouldn't be too hard for you, but that's assuming better, right? You're pulling in better now because it's better. This is a personal opinion. Sometimes people find truth that they want to ignore on purpose, that deception benefits them. It makes their life better.
Yeah, believing something that is true is better than believing something that is not true.
So now you've got a truth claim that involves some sort of moral capability.
Again, I'm still waiting for an answer for any question that I ask. Do you believe that believing things that are true is better than not believing things that are true?
We were going to move over to my line of reasoning when we could start to assess how you're reasoning, and we can't even get there. You're just saying I believe things because I think I should, and they're better than other things that I think are not as good.
No,
that's all you've done.
I'm saying I believe things because they are necessarily, definitionally true. I have to believe them.
Oh, you have
because
to?
Because there can't be any way that they are wrong. All humans are humans. There's no way that could be wrong. That's why I believe it. There's no possible way that could be wrong.
Yeah, you
all
think it's
wrong. Are by definition humans.
Yeah. Right. You're holding the idea that it's wrong to believe something that's necessarily true.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to assess how you know that's wrong, other than...
You don't have to assess. Just say why you disagree.
You're assuming
you say my reasoning is faulty.
I'm trying to point...
Should you not believe things that are definitionally true?
Well, it depends on what things you're talking about. What, it doesn't? All definitions are unchallengeable? Is that what you're saying? I mean, really?
All right, so you agree that all humans are humans, but you disagree on my reasoning.
Dear brother.
So what is your reasoning?
No, that's not what I disagree on. I was trying to move into meta-ethics to make a point, but...
Yeah, do that.
I was already doing it. You're implying a should within your statement.
No, you're asking me questions without answering any of your own, which is what...
I did answer. I mean, it's not that I'm not answering anything you're saying, but I am giving you reasoning as to why I'm doing a certain method as to navigate this conversation. So
you're saying my reasoning is wrong.
Wild Heart?
But your reasoning is correct.
I don't know what your reasoning is yet, dude. Listen to me. I'm saying I don't know. I don't know what it is. You haven't presented a demonstration of your reasoning.
My reasoning is it's definitionally true. It can't be wrong. All humans are humans, or else they wouldn't be called fucking humans. You fucking idiot.
You're saying that all definitions can't be wrong? How do you have that knowledge?
I didn't say all definitions can't be wrong. I said all humans are humans, or else we wouldn't call them fucking humans.
I'm not contesting that. That's not a big deal anymore. There's other things on the table now. You don't seem to be picking up on them.
Excuse me, can I butt in just for a second?
Yep.
Yeah.
Wild Heart, I want to encourage you not to take other men's religion too seriously.
Not religion, just definitions.
Well, other men's thinking or other men's logic too seriously. Yeah, because it can. I know when I take other men's religion or logic too seriously, I tend to get upset.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah,
brother.
Just saying.
Guess what?
Good evening.
God is stupid.
Oh, sorry about that, Tommy. If you were still talking, I didn't mean to do that. Go ahead.
I feel heard. But I'll repeat it if you want. Look, I feel heard.
You don't get upset over it. I get upset.
If you wanted, I don't really want to consider this back and forth. You necessarily, Wild Heart. Is there any more of you with Ace here, or is that it for you?
Yeah, he put him backstage a lot. I'll probably come back in at some point. But, yeah.
All right, I'll check it out. But you can look at Peter's comments like this one here about the universals, and it might...
What all humans to be true, the rules of logic will need to be universal.
And then...
no, they won't. The
Without
laws of logic have nothing to do with it. All humans are humans by definition. If they weren't humans, they wouldn't be humans, would they?
Amen.
All humans are humans.
Yeah, great point, dude.
Amen. Preach on.
Thank you. Yeah, I thought so.
I wonder who told the ocean. I wonder who told the sea where it could have its limit.
Wildheart did, yeah.
And who put this spinning ball? Even if you're a flat earther, this is still quite a place we're on. Wonderful conclusion and good. So my time in Christianity, they brushed the surface of this. They kind of brushed up against it, but it was only like kind of at Easter time.
Mm-hmm.
We never really got into the specifics. And Wildheart was saying in the comments, in the chat, your thoughts just make you happy. These are not higher thoughts. They just make you happy. To which my point is, do your thoughts make you happy?
Oh, yeah.
Are your thoughts helping you to live a life that's more fulfilled than the life you're living? Then look up higher. Like where else are you going to hear about the resurrection?
So yeah, can I just explain? They were saying, or he was saying, not Ace, the other one who was talking. I don't know his name. He was saying that he believes that God exists because it makes him happy. And I was just pointing out that whether something makes you happy or not doesn't mean that they exist. It doesn't make it true.
You don't get to the truth or falsity of the matter with what you like and what makes you happy. Right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I was gonna type it, but I don't believe things to make me happy. It sounds like you are believing things to make you happy.
Oh, listen to this bullshit artist. He believes in whiskey to make him happy.
No.
He believes in vodka to make him happy.
No, I don't believe in things to make. Do you believe that?
You find happiness in the bottom of a bottle. Aren't you special? We should all imitate you because you're so happy in the bottom of a bottle.
Again,
if you have a better understanding, if you have a better proposal about the 150 billion people that have lived on this planet who are dead, who are dead,
please,
and gone. If you have a better proposal.
When Ace said, Ace made the knowledge claim that, quote, you find happiness or relief in the bottom of a bottle. He would not have this knowledge if he were innocent. He would not have this knowledge.
Well, I mean, he could read that. He could know through experience of other people doing that. He could know Wildheart's experience. So.
Oh, well, I stand corrected, yes. He might be innocent and still have that knowledge that other men find relief in the bottom of a bottle.
Yeah, but I was just pointing out that just because something makes you happy doesn't make it true. It's very simple.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Or at least I believe it to be true.
Right. I mean, it would be like pointing out that Wildheart finds some mood enhancement in whiskey is one thing, but to say that God exists because the thought of God makes you happy is another thing. You know, this is a different argument.
It's no longer just because God makes me happy doesn't mean he exists, and it doesn't mean he doesn't exist. It just means
it's irrelevant as to whether God exists, whether it makes someone happy or not. Yeah, that's all I was pointing out.
About how thoughtfully about how we should discuss this and how we should move forward with this extremely horrific situation that we're in as humanity. Please start a channel and tell us what to do. Tell us what your high ideas are about this.
I wouldn't tell you. I wouldn't tell you what to do.
No, I didn't say that. I said, give us your proposal. Do you care?
I don't have a
Do you have a
proposal.
proposal about 150 billion people
We're all
that
going to die. We are all going to be worm food. We're all going to
Okay,
die.
that's your position, and that's your proposal.
Yeah, I won't tell you what to do. Live your life in any way you choose. I'm not
really.
Yeah, except like criminal things. You know what I mean? Don't be a murderer or something like that.
I mean, what are you gonna
just because you like it that God exists doesn't make God exist. So live your life within boundaries as you want to. I really don't care. But just
what does that have to do with the truth or falsity of the argument? The fact that you care or not, right?
Oh no, I don't care what anyone else believes. No.
I would think you get on here and argue all the time about what people believe, so that seems in negation.
No, I disagree with that. But I'm not denying them the right to believe what they want.
Yeah, that's a different thing, like denying the right to believe. But even so, like, how do you?
Anyone can believe anything they want, but I have the right to disagree with them.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like these rights are going to be found to be arbitrary.
Why? How are they arbitrary?
Well, I mean, how would you draw a philosophy of how they exist in reality, other than a social construct or an agreement among groups in established societies and so forth?
But a social construct or groups would make them not arbitrary, because it has to go with the rules of a social construct.
What kind of group would make it not arbitrary? Was that the question?
A social construct wouldn't be arbitrary, because it has to align to the rules of a social construct.
Well, I'm saying the emergence of the idea itself would be considered arbitrary. It would just emerge from individuals who agree on it. They don't really get the matter of it being like, oh, well, this is true.
Then it wouldn't be arbitrary, because it would be a social construct, which isn't arbitrary.
So Hitler's rise to kill Jews wasn't, you'd say it's not arbitrary, it has relevance. It's just you don't favor that type of morality.
No, there are reasons why Hitler wanted to kill the Jews. There are reasons for it, therefore it's not arbitrary.
Yeah, right. I'm saying that.
Arbitrary means without reason.
Yeah, you just make up you just give a reason, and then all of a sudden it's magically not arbitrary.
If it has a reason, then it's not arbitrary. Yes.
No, you just make up any reason, right?
That's what arbitrary means. You don't make up the reason.
So if I say I believe in God, and you ask why, and I say because my cat told me, you're like, well, that's not arbitrary. His cat told me.
It's not arbitrary. No, there is a reason. It might be a bad reason, and it might be.
So when Dennis says he believes in God, thought of God makes him feel good.
It's still a reason which makes it not arbitrary. If your cat told you, that is the reason why you believe it, which makes it not arbitrary, because there is a reason.
I get your line of reason in there. So when Dennis says that he believes in God because that makes him happy, that's also not arbitrary, right?
No, I never claimed it was arbitrary. I said it's not a good reason. You shouldn't believe in things because they make you happy.
So you're just saying, okay, there's, as long as you give a reason, it's then not arbitrary. But now you have a system of telling what good reasons are, right? So now your philosophy is being challenged on how you know what good reasons are, or how you know what good is at all. And if you say that good is what you like, you think that's bringing in good arbitrarily because you say you like it.
No, it's a good reason, or it is not a good reason.
Based on what
reason for things?
Based on what standard?
My standard, because it's my opinion.
Okay, well, your standard doesn't really go outside of yourself, so you're kind of stuck. You'd be kind of stuck as far as making these claims. Anyone can shut you down by saying, "Nope, I don't agree with you." You say, well, "Okay, that's fine." That's going to be on all counts. It's going to be in your. It's going to follow your whole system.
People are welcome to disagree with me. It doesn't make me wrong or them right.
Well, we're still trying to figure out
my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah. There is no universal anything.
That's a universal claim in itself.
Yeah, it is, and it's my opinion. So it's subjective, universal.
Stop it. Stop it.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not telling you what to do. But I wouldn't believe something because it made me happy. Which is what you're kind of doing with God, because you believe that you'll live forever. You're not going to do. Sorry, it's not my fault.
Thank you for your most excellent opinion.
Which is all I claim. It's my opinion.
I've
when you die, you're going to be dead.
Why do you say that like so confident, like you really stumbled onto something there?
No, I'm not stumbled. It's my opinion that when you die, you will be dead.
Yeah, but what weight does that hold?
It doesn't. You take it as you want. But I'm just stating my opinion. Everyone else does it. Why do people ever go at me for stating my own opinion?
They want to know where it comes from. They want to know the standard behind what draws you into opinion in the first place. There has to be things that are real, that exist, that get you to the place of opinion, right?
Yeah, so my opinion is that when you're dead, you are dead. Do you disagree with that?
I probably could, but I won't.
Why? No, I want you to disagree with it.
Oh, okay, I disagree with you.
Yeah, why do you disagree?
Because I think the system that you have in place to get to the conclusions that you're claiming is erroneous. I don't think it's reasonable.
Right. So what is your reason for believing that being dead is being dead, but you have a different reason? What is your reason?
Oh, I just want that to be the case right now.
So you just want it to be true?
Sure. If I'm going to get on your level, then that would be an acceptable answer. I'd use that as a defeater.
So because you want something to be true, that makes it true?
Well, if I want to get on the level of your worldview, I would say that in order for you to say that that can't be the case, which I don't think you can do.
Right. I want unicorns to be true.
Yeah. It's not on the table in your worldview. Like you say, that's an acceptable claim, right? You say someone can believe that. You can believe that, right?
I want to believe that unicorns are true. Does that make unicorns exist?
Well, you can go further. Why not? You can say unicorns are true because I want them to be true. Not even. You can say I have knowledge that they're true.
No, that is what I said.
Yeah, I don't think anything is for you, right?
So, do you believe in unicorns?
Do I believe in unicorns? No.
Yeah, because I want them to exist. Does that mean that you believe unicorns exist? Because I want them to.
Nope. Not in my worldview, but I think on your worldview, all these things are acceptable, is what I want to point out. Is I don't think you're able to say that Dennis can't do that. Ace shouldn't say that. I don't think you can actually account for those types of claims, which you'll stay away from those words, should and ought, but they're implied within your speech. That's how we have arguments. We come with a position that we defend that is entailed with oughts and shoulds that we try to impose or influence onto our interlocutor.
So your position is that you presuppose God exists. Why do you?
Yeah, you already know all this. I'm trying to lay out how I would handle you, like someone from your position. It's
you don't have to handle me. Just
yes, I do. Yes, I do, and I also know how to. That's why I do it.
What is your reason for presupposing that God exists? What is your reason for that? Why do you do that?
I mean,
you said before that everything needs a reason. What is your reason for presupposing God exists?
I said everything needs a reason.
Do you have a reason for presupposing God exists?
Yeah, of course I do.
Yeah, what is it?
It's a lot of reasons.
Also, you have a lot, so name the best one. Or just one.
Revelation,
but that's not presupposing. You heard the revelation, which is the Bible, presumably. Right. And then you decided that God exists, so that's not a presupposition.
No, it is. You
No, it's not. Because
Listen,
did you presuppose it before you'd read the Bible?
You received the revelation, and you argue. Are you going to let me talk, dude? You said you're acting like you really want me to answer the questions. And you just kind of keep talking through and talk. You're giving me these rules about. Just listen to me for a second, okay? The reason I don't really want to talk to you about these things is I'm willing to talk philosophy with you.
Yeah.
More than anything, because you seem to think that there are rules that exist about how you ought to do things and navigate these conversations. And when asked how you know that's the case, you don't. You just say it is. It just is.
No, I believe it. I don't believe in absolute knowledge. I don't believe you can know anything.
You've already said there are no universals, and it's a universal claim. And
that is my opinion. I'm not 100% sure about that.
Why do you have to keep jumping in?
What is your reason?
Am I speaking too much?
What is your reason for presupposing God?
You're jumping in on me too much when I'm trying to answer. I already gave you a reason, but
no, you didn't. The Bible has got a presupposition.
Okay, you know what, dude? You're gonna have to go, dude. You keep jumping in when I'm talking. You're doing the Patrick dance.
Go on. What is your reason for presupposing God?
Didn't I give you a reason?
No, that's not a presupposition. If you have to read the Bible, I guess that's what you mean by revelation. Then that's not a presupposition. You have to.
So you want to know why?
Suppose that it's true.
Yeah, right.
So that's not a presupposition.
Okay. You want to know why?
Give me another reason.
Yeah.
That is actually a presupposition. Because revelation isn't.
Listen, Ace, I've lived down that road. I've gone down that path. There's nothing down there. There's nothing down there but alcoholism and drug addiction and unfulfilled. You know, when you have something like some of these ideas here, I don't see any other religion in the world even talking about this.
Maybe he could start a channel called The Dead End Journey. Because, you know, everybody, when they drive through a neighborhood and there's a sign that says dead end, they all want to drive down there and see what's at the end. Hey, let's go down this road and see what's down here. It says dead end, but surely the sign must be wrong.
I mean, you know, I was in the grocery store today.
I have reason to believe that that live stream down the hall that Ace is leading may be one of the most advanced sacred knowledge cults on YouTube. Yes, a sacred knowledge cult. They love it. Yes, they love it. The sacred knowledge of God. And who could refute it? It's theirs, it's from God, and they love it. And they have a culture or a club. And it is the most seriously advanced sacred knowledge club in our YouTube society. And I have good reason to believe precisely that. Thank you, Jake.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, Tommy, when you say you have good reason, the problem becomes when someone asks what those good reasons are with clarification and you don't have an answer, right?
And whose problem is that?
It appears to be your problem.
Oh, well.
I mean, you could have left out, and I have good reason at the end, but you secured it with that. So when asked what those reasons are and there's absence of answer.
Well, how much time do you have? I could sit here and teach you the King's English, maybe. I don't know. No, that's a slack.
Yeah, sorry, JG. I've just asked you for the reason why you believe something like 10 times and you've not answered it. It's a bit ironic and a bit, for you to question Tommy on why he's not giving a reason when you have done it many fucking times.
Wow. So I'm not allowed to ask questions on your worldview. I'm in violation of a new moral that you've just come up with.
Yeah, No, but you can't criticize someone else for not answering questions when you will never answer any question ever.
I do answer questions. That's a false claim.
I've missed
Well,
that.
that's a complaint, actually.
Yeah.
It's a false complaint, isn't it?
I neither
must not
confirm or
be,
deny, nor endorse, nor condemn.
Well, I got a bunch of funny guys up here, right? A guy who's playing a neutral position, and then another guy who thinks he doesn't have a worldview but wants to critique others.
I'm not neutral. You can.
I'm in good company here. A guy who can make universal claims.
Worldview. I said my worldview.
It's like a guy who can make universal claims, and then asked how he can do that. He says, "Oh, it's just my opinion." He doesn't see that as a problem. He just wants to keep going.
I didn't make what universal claim that I made.
Well, I can't remember the claim, but it was earlier in the video.
Yeah,
and you agreed it was a universal claim.
I remember the claim. How do you know that it was universal?
Because you included all people. You said nobody's able to. Why are you interrupting me?
That is my opinion.
Yeah, when you say nobody can or everybody does, those are universal ideas about all people.
Yeah, in my opinion. It doesn't make it universal.
So when I challenge it, you say it's your opinion. You don't know how funny of a philosophical answer that is. You just want to move past it like it's nothing.
No, it means it's my opinion.
It means you have no idea. You're just saying it. You're just making it up.
It doesn't mean that it's universal. I'm not claiming to be right. I'm just stating my opinion.
Okay. What's a universal claim then?
A universal claim will be, I know for 100% certainty that God exists. That will be a universal claim.
It's a one type of universal claim, yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about
the 100% certainty that God doesn't exist. That will be a universal claim. I never made any of those claims.
That's not the only type of universal claim.
I know it's not the only type. You just
when you make claims. When you make claims about all humans, or nobody can do A, or nobody can do C, whatever it is, that's a universal claim about all humans.
In my opinion, that is what I believe. I'm stating what I believe. It's not a universal claim.
You don't understand. You don't understand basic philosophy. When someone's asking how your opinion gets you to a universal claim, there's no actual connection there. Do you understand?
No, I'm saying that is what
there's no actual connection there.
I'm not saying it's universal in that it's absolutely 100% true. I could be wrong about it. It's my opinion, which makes it not universal. It's my opinion.
Oh, so it's not. So it negates the universal claim because it's just your opinion. Okay, good. So you just negated yourself and realized it. Thank you.
No, I didn't negate myself because I never made a universal
claim. I was talking to somebody and I was telling them that yesterday I had a 23-hour day. Because I got up at 2 and I didn't get home until I worked 17 hours, didn't get to bed. It was 23 hours. And they said, how do you do that? I said, well, you make money doing that. But not only that, it occupies my mind and gives me purpose and gives me something to do. So what I would say is, I think these thoughts, these ideas give us a better understanding and a better purpose than what he's offering me. What are you offering me? Wild Heart. What are the Christians offering me? Turn or burn? Love God or else? God loves you unconditionally.
Does God love you unconditionally?
And his phone whacked again.
That's a good question.
Okay, tell us about the bottle, Wild Heart. Tell us about the bottle.
Oh, am I back again? Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, does God love you unconditionally? Because you might believe this or not, but if God sends people to hell, then he doesn't love them unconditionally. If you love someone unconditionally, it won't matter whether they believed in you or not. But God seems very picky about that. And he will send you to hell for all eternity for not believing that. So it's not unconditional. I'm not offering anything except my opinion.
Tell us about the bottle.
Now, is that claim right there? Is that what you're carrying ultimately? I'm not I'm not carrying anything to my opinion. Is that what it is?
It was a question: is God's love universal, or he sends people to hell? It's unconditional. Sorry. The condition is you must believe in God, and then he will send you to heaven. If you don't believe in God, he will send you to hell. So it's not.
Yeah. Right. So those are interesting ideas that you're talking about. Yes. And I understand you're talking about someone else's worldview. Are you able to make a case of these ideas you're talking about into something that your interlocutor can receive, and how you know about hell and stuff, other than they're just words that he uses? It seems like you got some conceptual framework here.
What is your opinion, JG, on whether God sends people to hell? Can you just give your opinion or answer one question once, please?
On sending God to people going to hell? It sounds like a good idea not to be part of that group, would be my opinion.
So you don't believe God
I've
sends
got a
people?
response for you, Wild Heart.
Yeah.
What's the inquiry again? One more time?
Does God send people to hell?
I think you might do well to ask Jill that question.
I'm not asking Jill. I'm asking you.
Wait, don't interrupt, please. Because Jill has understanding about double predestination, but not very much about the role of faith when it comes to salvation. He has understanding about faith, but he has knowledge about. You're interrupting again. All right, I'll just shut up. Never mind. Go ahead.
No, I was asking your opinion. You're giving me Jill's opinion, which I don't know how you can know. But I was asking your opinion. Does God send people to hell, in your opinion?
Well, you got as much as you're going to get. So carry on.
I'm not offering anything except my opinion.
Tell us.
So I asked two Christians their view on whether God sends people to hell, and I don't think I got an answer.
No, we weren't necessarily joined here to just have you decide what you want to talk about in the Bible and force us to answer your question. Yeah. Right? We have no agreement there, so you can obviously let go of that. But this claim of you saying all you have is your opinion, do you think that is your worldview? Like the simplest way to put what your worldview is?
It's not my worldview.
About the bottle.
I'm not offering anything except my opinion.
That sounds like to me like a worldview confession. Like that's actually what you're coming here with. You
might be agnostic, JG. What do you think of that?
I am agnostic. I'm not agnostic.
Oh my God, you're kidding. That's unclean to be agnostic, JG?
Of course.
That's impossible. There is no man who is agnostic. Correct, JG?
Right.
True, JG?
I am.
Yes.
I am.
Well, you can make a case based on the behavior of the alleged agnostic that he doesn't depend on God for facts, that he doesn't live in a way that there's any God that he gives faith to, obedience, or pray to. So it would move him into a position of not actually believing in God and living that out. You can make a case.
That would be sufficient.
Yeah, I don't believe in God.
Hey, everybody's agnostic except JG. Is that correct, JG?
No, I wouldn't say that. Why would you say that?
I'm just asking you to verify it. That no one has the knowing and the knowledge. No, wait. Everyone has the knowing and the knowledge, and they're just some of us are truth suppressors and truth deniers and children of the devil. Is that correct, JG?
No, but I think you're hinging on Paul's teachings in Romans 1. But I think you added some things to it, perhaps. That the unrighteous suppress the truth and wickedness, that God's made it plain to us, that all the things of this world, seen and unseen, are part of his creation. We're left without excuse. Is that what you're referring to?
Well, stand informed, JG. If I ask a question, there's usually no reason for it, but sometimes there may be. Thank you.
Wait a second. That seems like a departure from your philosophy where there's always a reason for asking questions. You've moved. What's going on here? It's fine to change your position. I'm just surprised because you've always seemed to say there's always a reason.
Well, you know me traditionally, JG. I'm very sincerely pretentious.
Oh, goodness.
And very pretentiously sincere. So you hear me how you hear me this time. And whatever your hearing is, I'm sure you will run it through the filter of your knowledge, and you will know what I am saying, if I'm saying anything at all. Yes, thank you.
Goodness gracious.
Tell us about the bottle.
Sorry to be so happy.
JG, sorry, if you can pause it. Do you believe that black is black? I'm just trying to get a yes/no answer off you.
Is that black with a CK or just BLAC?
CK, yeah.
Yeah, black is black.
Is the color black? Black. Yes or no?
Is the what black?
Is the color black? Black.
The color black, is it black? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Only in England. Only in England or English-speaking mind.
Well, that's where it gets interesting, is when you take the person's worldview and say, how do you know black is black in England? Then you got to get into laws of logic, right? Time and space, identity. You got to get into all these things because we're assuming that black is black in London. Like,
the Negro.
It gets interesting when you ask how you know that, right?
Well, I think what you use as questioning my worldview just gets you out of answering questions. I think that's why you do it. When I ask you a question, rather than answering it, you say, well, you can't believe anything on your worldview. Which just, I think that's a tool to just getting out of answering the question.
You're just complaining again. Wow.
Yeah.
Just complaining.
Yeah.
But I guess that's for JG to complain about, not me. That's not.
I'm just saying, like, it's my feelings that I don't like the way you're answering or navigating the conversation. That's all I'm receiving.
No, it's not that I don't like the way you're answering. I'm saying you're not answering at all.
You keep, over the years, you say I never answer questions. I've answered questions today, not all the ones you like, right? But I've answered some.
Black. Yeah, black is black. I think
other things too.
Hey, JG, watch this, Wildheart. JG, what does 2 + 2 equal?
4.
See there?
Wildheart,
open your ears. He gives answers.
I do give answers. I want him to stop. I want him to stop claiming that I never answer a question. Get it more accurate. Say I don't answer all the questions you'd like me to, or whatever. Just stop being so flat out wrong about,
Yeah, does hell exist? JG, does hell exist? Yes or no?
Are you listening to me, dude?
Yes or no?
Trial, JG. Wildheart has
does hell exist? Yes/no.
Are you going to submit, JG, to being put on trial by Wildheart?
Of course not. He's trying to insert a new question when I'm trying.
Well, then,
JG, does hell exist?
Of course, I'm not going to let him do that. I'm pointing out that he gives false claims all the time, and I want him to stop. And he's moved into a new question. Why would I entertain that?
Does heaven exist? Yes or no?
Well, maybe.
You're really putting the pressure on now. What am I going to do? Somebody help.
Does God exist? Yes or no?
Oh my gosh, all these questions I haven't answered.
Well,
yeah, you haven't answered any. That's my point.
JG, you could accommodate him out of kindness, or you could decline to accommodate him out of kindness. Either one.
Well, I'm sitting here with a couple more relativists, so it seems I can do whatever the fuck I want to do and not be challenged ultimately.
JG, do you exist?
Calling me a relativist?
Yeah, I am.
JG, do you exist? Yes or no?
What kind of question is that?
It's a question. Just yes or no. Do you exist?
Hey, Wildheart, why don't you keep asking me questions?
You won't even answer.
And I'll keep not answering them, and you can tally up and tell your friends. I asked him 15 questions in a row, and he never answered one. Why don't you?
How do you know I'm a relativist, JG? You with your relativist name calling. How do you know I'm a relativist?
Because you can't name anything that's objectively true.
And that automatically spots me or paints me as a relativist in your mind?
Well, I'm talking about moral relativism, so it would be an objective claim in the domain of ethics that you can't name. So,
well, I asked you how
can you demonstrate, JP?
Be quiet,
Can you demonstrate?
please,
Sorry.
Wildheart, be quiet for a second. JG, I asked you how you knew that I was a relativist, and you said because you've never answered my questions before. Is that right?
no.
Well, how is it that
I know you're a relativist because I know you. So if you want to challenge how I know, I'm saying because of other claims you made, and then I would, if we want to solve it, we just ask you, like, tell me something that's objectively moral.
Why didn't you say so? You're a knowledge pope. You know me. Why didn't you just say so and cut to the chase? Thank you.
Can I ask a question?
No, you can't. You may not.
How do you know that universal truths exist?
You see, that's
how do you know that?
It's a dishonest approach. You asked if you could ask a question. I said no. You asked it anyway.
You just called St. Thomas a relativist, so you must know that objective laws exist. I'm asking how you know that. It's not a difficult question.
Yeah,
you must know it.
Tommy is a moral relativist, right? I adhere to the teachings of the
What St. Tommy is. I was asking you a question.
Yeah.
How do you know that objective laws exist?
I'm a captain. I'm not a relativist. I'm not a moral relativist. That's absurd. Please note my name, JG. Please.
Yeah, sorry. I wasn't accusing you of being a relativist. I'm just saying if he says that you're a relativist, then that must mean that he knows that objective truths exist. I'm just asking him how. Another question.
One could surmise.
Let's see if we get an answer.
Yeah.
One could surmise.
Well, I gave you understand my worldview by now. I've given you that plenty of times. I presuppose God and the scriptures, right?
Not an answer.
I'm leading you there. Like I've given you that, right?
Yeah, can you just answer the question that I asked?
He believes the Bible is true. No, he knows the Bible is knowledge. No, he believes the Bible is knowledge. No, he knows the Bible is never mind.
Yeah. He presupposes the Bible is knowledge.
Yeah, that.
Yeah. That's where the objectivity is sourced from. No, I understand.
But you know the English Bible, JG. You don't know the Greek one or the Greek one or the Hebrew one or the Aramaic one or the German one. And yet your knowledge is so perfect.
Thank you.
Yes.
Again, still waiting for an answer. How do you know objective truths exist?
Wait, you didn't hear my answer?
Yeah, you said you presuppose the Bible.
Yeah, so the answer lies there within.
So you just presuppose it.
Hey.
I presuppose that Harry Potter is true.
Wildheart, face it. The Bible says Captain Tommy is a relativist, and that's just the way it is.
Yeah, I presuppose that you're a relativist.
And JG knows it. And JG knows it. JG has the knowledge of God. Excuse me, the English knowledge of God. And he knows that he knows that he knows that he knows that he has it in every fiber of his verbal mouth. Yes.
Yeah, I know that the Wizard of Oz is true.
Every dot,
it doesn't make the Wizard of Oz true, does it?
Every German dot, every English tittle, every Hebrew logic chain in the English Holy Bible is true beyond question or doubt in JG's English mind. Yes.
So is that the rule? We could just pick a book at random and just presuppose that it's true?
Yeah, you can do that.
Oh, cool.
JG has the perfect interpretation. It's impossible for him not to have the perfect.
Hey, Tommy, you want to take it down a notch, dude? It's kind of
yes, sir. Sorry, I get on a roll. Thank you. I get too serious about these things. It's a disease. It's a silly disease. Thank you, JG.
Yeah, thank you for letting me come over here and just clown me repeatedly. You're welcome.
So, JG, seriously, your reason for believing in God?
I tried to express to you earlier, like I'll talk philosophy with you because, you know,
Yeah.
there's a lot of basic.
You
gotta let me finish my point, dude.
Yeah.
You're gonna let me finish my point.
I'm asking you what you believe, and you never answer. Is
See,
your reason for believing in God is that you
Okay, I'll just kick you out because you're kick out worthy. You're not listening. You're interrupting. I've already told you that you need to stop saying I never answer questions because you've been using that for years, and I do answer questions. Stop using it. You want accuracy. You want non-contradiction. Adhere to it yourself. I don't answer as many questions you like and when you like. Yeah. But this never answering questions, it's bullshit. Stop it. Don't assume that I want to get into a theological discussion just because you're on the panel. Stop demanding that I answer whatever you want to come up with, and you can stay. Otherwise, you know, you can go.
2 plus 2. So 2 plus 2.
Are you not listening? I was talking to you.
Is black. I think those are the only 2 questions.
So I'm trying to talk to him. He's not even realizing he's not on the screen, and he's talking, so he's not listening. So whatever.
And you put me back, so I started talking again. I realised that I wasn't in the stream. Now I'm back. I've started talking again. That's how
I'm not interested, dude. We can critique this, but I'm just not interested.
Yeah. You're not interested in answering questions.
Well, if you want to come back and talk about philosophy sometime, I'll go there with you and point out how you, as a skeptic, you're just going to be assuming sorts of things and breaking your own philosophy. I'll point that out. I've already done it though. That's the thing. Like, you don't retain the information the next day, dude.
Yeah, because I don't believe you. I disagree with your philosophy.
Good. I understand that much.
Because you believe that God exists because the Bible, you presuppose the Bible is true.
Yeah.
That's shit philosophy. Do you know what I mean?
No, I don't know what you mean. You're just saying you don't like it. That's all you ever have.
Yeah.
You don't like that. Who cares? You know,
you have. Not that I don't like it. It's just, like I said, if I presuppose that Moby Dick is right, does that make Moby Dick right?
Make a coherent. Try to make a coherent argument with that. Let's have it. Because if you're just going to play games, you know, I'll listen to you, but I'll show you how you can't do that.
So you believe that God exists because you presuppose the Bible is true. If I presuppose the Wizard of Oz is true, does that make the Wizard of Oz true?
I don't think so, but you can try to make a case if you want to.
So it's a bad reason. We both agree that it's a bad reason to presuppose a book is true.
I didn't understand what you said, dude.
Do we both agree that it's a bad reason to just presuppose a book is true?
A book?
Any book, yeah.
Well, if you're gonna make a claim like that, I'm gonna ask how you have the resources to have navigated all books to say that they're all not worthy of presupposing. How would you even know such a thing? This is how silly you are. You can't even understand the basic things that you're claiming, and I keep pointing that out.
If you presuppose something, then it means before you even know the Bible exists or before you read the Bible, you just presuppose.
Not necessarily.
That's a bad reason for believing anything. Because you can do that with anything. That's
really what they're presupposing, first of all. And again, for you to know what is a good or bad reason to believe something, when that comes into question, that's where you start to fail, dude.
Right, so me presupposing the Wizard of Oz is true is wrong, but you presupposing the Bible is true is right.
What are you presupposing? What are you making up out of thin air now for me to argue with? What is it?
It's not out of thin air. It's a book.
Okay, what is it?
Oz. The Wizard of Oz. Choose any book.
Oh, okay, so you want to argue with somebody and say, oh, I'm going to presuppose the Wizard of Oz. I'm brilliant. Okay, well, go ahead and make the argument of how you know how things are real. And how you have knowledge and what you think is right or wrong based on the Wizard of Oz. Go ahead.
I don't presuppose the Wizard of Oz is true. I'm saying you presuppose the Bible is true. So if I presuppose another book is true, does that make it true?
Does it make it true?
Yeah.
No.
Right. So, what is your reason for presupposing the Bible is true?
How does that lead to me answering what my reason is, which I already gave you?
Question.
It's revealed. I gave you the reason earlier, but you said you didn't like that reason.
How is it revealed? So before you read the Bible or knew the Bible existed, it was revealed to you that the Bible is true. How is that done? What happened?
Well, a lot of things happen, but it's not really.
No, I'm asking specifically what convinced you that the Bible is true and that you should presuppose it's true. If you said it was revealed, what did the revealing? What was the revelation? Because it wasn't the Bible.
The revelation is in the scriptures. I think you've read them before. I think you burned it.
But if it's in the scriptures, then that's in the Bible. You can't presuppose because of revelation that the Bible is true. You're saying it was revealed in the Bible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're saying I can't.
It's not a presupposition.
You're saying I can't do that?
No, you can do, but it's not a presupposition at that point. Because you have to read the Bible to get revelation that the Bible is true, so therefore it's not a presupposition. Do you know what presupposition is?
Yeah, God is.
It's something you're supposed to be. It's something you're supposed to be true before you have any evidence of it.
Right.
And I'm asking, why would you ever do that? It's like me presupposing that the Wizard of Oz is true before I even heard of the Wizard of Oz. Why and how could you do that?
I don't know why you would do that. I want to know what you presuppose.
I'm not saying I would do it. I'm asking why you did it.
I didn't do that. You
did it with the Bible?
No. That's not what I did. I'm sitting here waiting for you to say something relevant. You know,
how did you presuppose?
You seem to think that presupposing God and presupposing. Are you not able to stop?
You said revelation.
Listen, dude. Are you not able to stop and listen?
Come.
You know my position. I presuppose God. I presuppose the scriptures. If you want to say it's wrong or you have a problem with that, make a clear argument, or that's all we need to do.
I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm
saying
that's it.
That's it.
I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm saying how did you get to that conclusion?
You know what? All I want to know is that you can't say it's wrong, and I'm satisfied with that for now, because that's all I need.
But I'm asking. The question is,
you're not a genuine person. You're not trying to genuinely understand these things. You're someone who mocks Christianity for a living.
Question.
Do you understand what I'm saying to you? If you don't have an argument of why it's wrong, I'm going to rest in that.
I'm not saying it's wrong.
I understand.
I'm saying, how did you decide?
I'm good with that, dude.
Is correct.
I'm good with that. I'm good with you admitting the fact that you can't point out it's wrong. I'm totally satisfied.
If I ask the question, it's just polite. It's just good balance to answer it.
Do you think that it's good for me to follow your version of what polite is?
How did you recognize or become aware that the Bible is the Word of God?
Yeah. Do you think it's a good idea that I follow?
It's just good balance to answer the question.
I understand.
Just answer the question.
You think it's polite for me to answer your questions?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you would find me more delightful if I answer your questions?
No. Yeah, delightful is a bit of a stretch. I would find you more honest if you answered any questions.
Do you think that means a lot to me, what you think of me?
No.
Okay. Do you have a system?
Being honest, that's fine.
Do you have a system in place in a formal argument against presupposing God or not?
I'm not arguing against it. Again, I'm not arguing against it. I'm saying, how did you come to that conclusion? It's a question. It's not an argument against your position. I'm asking, how did you become aware the Bible is the Word of God?
I think that you're a genuine person who wants to know why I honestly believe. Do you think that you are that person at this point?
Just answer the question.
Do you think I trust you? That you're genuine?
It doesn't matter whether you trust me or
Do
not.
you not think your reputation follows you around at this point?
Is there an answer to the question?
Yeah, there is an answer to the question.
And you know
Yes. Tell us about the bottle.
Which bottle? But his question to me was, what are you offering? I'm not offering anything.
You offer the bottle.
No, I'm not offering
by
the bottle.
example. By example, you offer the bottle. We
By
want
example,
to follow your
no.
lead. Tell us about the bottle, Jack.
You shouldn't follow me about anything. No.
Is that you then or you now?
No, that was me then. No, I'm saying no one should follow me on anything. But when I said you shouldn't follow me about an honest answer. Yeah. Which I don't seem to.
So you're telling them all you have is your opinion. Well, now I'm seeing this in a little bit different light. Like you're actually dismissing yourself as you carry on with Ace. You've said all I have is my opinion, and no one should follow what I'm saying. Like you're actually,
you're
neutering your own position.
Yeah, you should question anything I say. That's what I'm doing with you, but I never seem to get
You straight up said he shouldn't follow you though. Listen,
follow your lead. Tell us about the bottle, Jack.
You shouldn't follow me. You shouldn't without anything. You shouldn't without question. You shouldn't start drinking.
Are you still talking? Because
Yeah, you shouldn't without questioning.
Yeah.
Anything I say, question it. I'm questioning you now. Why do you presuppose that the Bible is true?
Yeah, when you say you shouldn't do that, like where are you deriving that from? Like that's what's always in question. You have these standards that you can't locate. You just assume
but you're answering the question with a question. That's not an answer to the question. Why do you presuppose the Bible is true?
I've already answered that. You didn't accept the answer, but you don't seem to be able to.
Sorry, I forgot. What was the answer?
That's the whole thing with you. It's that. That's why I don't usually talk to you. You forget everything from the day before. You even forget it. All right, it's over, dude. You want to get out on your own accord? Or you want me to kick you?
You do what you want. It's your channel. I'm just saying, if you did answer the question, I missed it. Can you answer the question now? Why do you presuppose the Bible is true?
It's just not worth it, dude. You can't follow.
Yeah, again, not an answer.
You're not following the conversation. You can go back and review it, okay?
Do you actually think that you've answered the question?
I know I answered it. You have to go back and review it, and then you keep over talking, so I'm just going to say this on the way out. You can go back and review it. You can stop saying I never answer any of your questions. Make a formal argument about why people can't presuppose God. Come back with it. Be ready. Okay? If you want to move forward with this, make the argument. That's all I'm asking. Otherwise, I'm not just going to sit here and entertain whatever you feel like asking me as you keep asking. That's not how I'm going to do this. We do things our own way. You've already said you're okay with people doing it the way they want to. So if you want to engage, make the formal argument. All right?